Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how COVID-19 outbreak impacted the IT job market. I am Ezra. And next, my friend Melvin will present on his slide.
Hello, and I will be talking about the ICT contribution to the national GDP. So back in 2019, this is way before COVID happened. So ITC contribution was only around 289.8 billion ringgit, so which is 7.2%, the previous one, and it gained a rise around 10.4% rise. So ICT contribution back in 2020 uh, got amount of 320 billion, and in which comprised of the gross value added of the ICT industry, which is 14.2%, and the e-commerce of the other industry, which is 8.4%. So the total contribute for all of it in the Malaysia, which is 22.6% GDP, which is the gross domestic product that is produced by the manufacturer in Malaysia. And I will be handed to Richie for the continuing topic.
Right. So I'm Richie. I'll be talking about the employment and the compensation for Malaysia on 2019 and 2022. So on 2019, there is 1.14 million people employed in the ICT industry, which contributed to 7.5% of the total employment in Malaysia. And 1 year later, in 2020, there has been a 60,000 increase in employment. So there has the total employment for ICT for the ICT industry is 1.2 million, which consists of 7.7 of the total employment in Malaysia. And as for compensation, which is the money used given to new employees or all employees in order for them to stay. So in 2019, 73.4 billion was spent on compensation for employees, and on 2020, there's been a 1.3 billion increase. So in total, there's 74.7 billion in compensation for the employees in the year 2020. So that's it for my part. I'll put it to my member.
Hello there. I'll be explaining about the performance of ICT subsector, subsector of ICT such as computing and other of those kind of stuff. So with this kind of service has contributed of about 19.1% of the country's GDP, which is expected to reach 22.6% in 2025, which is about a 3.5 increase of GDP. And if you see below, there's a chart showcasing of the market growth rate of leading 5 IT solution area from 2018 to 2023. So about the mobility sector, it'll be about 20.9%. Cloud computing is 19.1%. Data and analytics of 17.6%. Storage is 14.3%. And business process outsourcing is 10.1%. And is expected to grow within to 2018 to 2023. And I hand this over to Bryceman.
Hi, hello, Assalamualaikum. Today I will talk about usage of internet and computer in COVID-19 outbreak. In 2019, establishment computer usage is around 78.9%, and in 2020, they increased to 86.2%. So it's around 7.3 rise. On individual side, urban and rural area in 2019 is 72.1%, and in 2020 is 80%. So the increase is around 7.9%. Internet usage, on the other hand, in 2019, establishment is around 73.3%, and in 2020 is 85.2%. So the increase is around 11.9%. Individual, rural, and urban area is 84.2% in 2019 and 89.6% in 2020. So it's around 5.4% increase. Okay, next I will pass it to my comrade Ezra.
I'll be talking about the performance of e-commerce. In 2017, the income is recorded at 591.8 billion ringgit. That's an increase of 21.7%. When in 2019, the income is recorded at 665.4 billion. an increase of 22.8%. That said, international market increased at 31.9% to 83.5 billion, while business to business rose to 13.0% to 449.6 billion. For business to consumer, it increased to 53.3% to 194.0 billion. Business to government, though, they grew to 55.7% to 31.8 billion. That said, the COVID-19 has very impact on the performance of e-commerce. In conclusion, the IT job market is steadily increasing throughout the years. Even if COVID-19 didn't happen, it will still continue to grow. Next, my teammate will show our analysis of our case study
Okay,
from a website
so
we chosen.
so where we gotten these statistics is from the government website, the Department of Statistics Malaysia. So this is the finding they have in 2021. Yeah, so all of it is shown here. To show the GDP, the GDP of the ICT market, the imports, exports, and all the other info that we have gathered in our case study will be available here. Yeah, so that's it for our presentation for our case study. Right, thank you.